Good morning, class 6. Let's continue with the poem Vacation. This poem has been written by Rabindranath Tagore. As I have already given you the introduction of the poem, let's begin with the poem. On your way to school or market, you see many people at work. In pairs, you discuss what you have noticed. Then read this poem. You may read it aloud with a partner if you like. When the gong sounds 10 in the morning and I walk to school by our lane, every day I meet the hawker crying, "Bangles, crystal bangles." So, this is a poem about a small child who is saying that when he is about to go to school around 10 o'clock and the gong, that is like in olden days, there was no bell, so the gong was hit to, ring the bells. So when the gong hits 10, that is like when the school was about to start, the hawker is selling bangles in the nearby area, and he's shouting, bangles, crystal bangles. There is nothing to hurry him on. There is no road he must take, no place he must go to, no time when he must come home. So the child is worrying, and he's saying that this hawker is in no hurry. When you talk about this child, he has to hurry up, he has to reach the school by on time, but this hawker is in no hurry. He can go anywhere, that he can take any road, he can go into any lane. There is nobody to tell him or guide him that he must go on this road, no place he must go, no time when he must come home. So he has to decide where he wants to go, and there is like when he wants to come home. I wish I were a hawker, spending my day in the road, crying, "Bangles, crystal bangles." So the boy, when he looks at the hawker, he wishes that if he were a hawker, so that he could spend his whole day selling the bangles on the road, where he could also shout, "Bangles, crystal bangles." So you can see that it is the mind of an innocent child who is not aware of the hardship a person has to face when you grow up. He is just seeing his daily routine of a hawker, and he just wishes that if he could be a hawker. When at 4 in the afternoon I come back from the school, I can see through the gate of that house the gardener digging the ground. He does what he likes with his spade. He soils his clothes with dust. Nobody takes him to task if he gets baked in the sun or gets wet. So when he after school, the school gets over at 4 o'clock, and when he is returning home, he says that he sees through the gate that there is a gardener who is working in the ground, and he has dirtied his clothes, and nobody is scolding him. He soils his clothes with dust and his spade, but nobody takes him to task. That is means nobody scolds him, even though he is standing whole day in the sun, he is getting wet. I wish I were a gardener digging away at the garden with nobody to stop me from digging. Nobody stops him from digging, because when a child is playing in the mud, the parents, especially the mothers, they start scolding, no, that you are dirtying your clothes, you shouldn't do this. And but the gardener is not getting scolding from anybody. Just as it gets dark in the evening and my mother sends me to bed, I can see through my open window the watchman walking up and down. So the child says that after having my dinner, when he is about to sleep in the evening, so he's saying that I can see through my open window the watchman walking up and down. The boy sees the watchman walking up and down. The lane is dark and lonely, and the street lamp stands with a giant with one red eye in its head. So he's calling the street lamp to be appearing like a giant which has one, the light is appearing like as if the giant has one red eye. The watchman swings his lantern and walks with his shadow at his side. So when he is walking at night and he is having a lantern in his hand, his shadow, which is like falling on the side on his side, and never once goes to bed in his life. So when it is getting very late at night, and if you are awake, what happens? Your mother scolds you or says that it is now getting very late, you should sleep because tomorrow you have to go to school or tomorrow you have a class. So the child is saying that, but here the watchman, he never goes to bed at night and nobody asks him to go to bed. So I wish I were a watchman walking the street all night, chasing the shadow with my lantern. So he's saying that now he wishes to be a watchman who is walking the whole night. Nobody is scolding him to go to bed and it is getting very late. He can walk whole night. So the boy has three wishes. Like initially he wanted to be a bangle seller, a hawker who's selling bangles. Then he sees a gardener and he wishes to be a gardener. Then he sees a watchman wishes to be a watchman. So this is a mind of a child which is very innocent, and he who doesn't know, who has not seen the hardship of the life, and that's why he keeps on changing and he keeps on thinking. He feels that this is he's being a child, you are getting scolding from your parents that you should study, you should do this, you shouldn't be doing this. So thinking all that, you feel that elders, they are enjoying their life. You do not know the reality of the life. When you will grow up, then you will be able to understand the realities of life. So that is all for today class. Please take care of yourselves, be safe at home, please do the question answers. Thank you.